Hey guys, welcome back to Weightlifting Lab, and today we are showing you how to target your lat with not only the Booster Pro 3, but also with the thumbs down door stretch post-workout. So stick around. All right, hey guys, welcome back to Weightlifting Lab, and as promised, we are going to hit the lat with the Booster Pro 3 post-workout. We're also going to do the thumbs down doorway stretch, one of the best stretches you can do to actually mobilize the lat. We want full range of motion to the arms. We want to be able to lock out overhead. And generally, if you can't lock your elbow overhead, that is generally a good sign that your lat is really tight. So that will affect other things. If you're stuck in this position and you can't get here, well, if you try and get here throughout the day and you're not able to, there's going to be little compensation throughout the trunk, throughout the body in general, and it could lead to an injury in the long run. So we always want to make sure that we are mobilizing with effective exercises after a workout and also for appropriate amounts of time. So I'm just going to hit the lat really quickly, maybe a little bit of serratus anterior as well, but I'm going to hit the lat in particular with the Booster Pro 3. So basically you just flick it on, bottom switch, and then the back switch here, you just hit that to whatever level you want. I'm going to use level 2 in this case, and I'm just going to put the elbow, or the hands, sorry, of the side that I'm going to hit, in this case my left-hand side. I'm going to put my hand on the back of my head, and I'm just going to take the Booster Pro 3 in my opposite hand, and I'm just going to run it up and down the lat area, right from my teres group, so my teres major and minor right here under my armpit, and I'm just going to run around and into the lat a little bit. You don't need to put a lot of pressure on with this booster or with this massage gun. This thing is pretty powerful, and I'm just going to slowly go up and let the gun itself do the work really. Get a little bit of serratus anterior in here. Right under there. Oh yeah, feels good. A little down, back into that lat, right up in there. So we're just getting some blood flow here. We're just getting a little bit of compression and percussion on that muscle. Loosen it up a little bit and just tenderize it really. Feels good. And then another thing you can do is actually just go down with the same side hand actually. So one of the things I love about using the Booster Pro 3 is I'm literally holding it right now with 3 fingers. And I'm just also getting just below, just on the lat, just below the shoulder blade here. And I'm also actually working on range of motion with what I can do with my shoulder girdle in general, just by holding this here. And just by working the Booster Pro 3 in these different ranges of motion. So you don't have to work it for a long period of time, but you want to try and work the muscle that you're targeting, in this case the lat, and just experiment, do it in different ways guys, because again, I'm strengthening my grip just by using this, and I'm also increasing my range of motion by using this too. Using it on different areas of the body and having to reach to different areas. So, now that I have some blood flow back in the lat itself, I'm going to put my Booster Pro 3 down, and I'm going to go over here to the rack. And in this case, what I would suggest you use if you're at home is just a door frame. So you just open the door, thumbs down on the inside edge of the door frame, and I'm going to take my left arm here, and I'm going to put it down, and I'm going to take my left foot and line it up with my left arm. So now I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to straighten it out completely and push my hips to the back wall. So when I push my hips to the back wall, I'm going to drop my head and I'm actually going to try and look through onto the left-hand side. So I'm going to turn my torso a little bit and I'm going to look through and look up to increase the stretch. So as I push my hips back, I'm really targeting and elongating the erectors and the QL in my lower back. So this is a really, really good stretch for not only the lats and the teres group here, but what I'm doing is really pushing my hips back, especially this left hip. I'm pushing through the ground here, straight with a straight leg and pushing my hips back to really target my QL and my erectors on the left-hand side.
Okay, so then another thing that I like to do here is bend the knee,
turn back to neutral, and I'll just pull up with my lat. So I'll like shrug my shoulder up, hold it for about 5 seconds. So I have tension on this lat and tension on the shoulder. Breathe in, and I'm gonna breathe out. Rotate back around and look up. Press through this heel, pushing the hips back, hitting that QL and those erectors. And I'm gonna hold this stretch for about 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna do it again. Bend this knee, come back to neutral with the torso, shrug down with the shoulder, pull the shoulder blade down, get some tension on the shoulder, get some tension on the lat, hold this for 5 seconds. 4, 5, breathe in, breathe out, and fall back into that stretch, pushing through that foot, straightening the leg, pushing the hips to the back wall, and elongating everything that I'm trying to stretch here. Oh yeah. Hold that for about 10 seconds and just be careful coming out of it. So I'll do about 3 rounds of that, like you saw right there, and then I'll switch and actually do the other side as well. You want to relieve tension obviously over both sides, not just one. So on the opposite side, I would do the exact same thing, except I'm taking my right hand now, I'm lining my right foot up with my right hand, and I can just kind of sit here and get used to it for a second. Just kind of hunt around and find those areas that maybe need to get stretched a little bit more, like right there for me, I can tell. So I'm gonna take a big breath in and out. Rotate around, push that hip, push my right hip now back to the wall. Get that stretch through the quadratus lumborum, through the erectors, up the low back, through the lat, to some extent through the pec. Hold this for 10 seconds. And then bend the knee, come forward, back to neutral with the upper body, shrug the shoulder blade down, the right hand side. 3, 4, 5, breathe in, breathe out. Try and relax into that stretch. Keep breathing. One more time, back to neutral, shrug down, tension on the lat, tension on the shoulder. 3, 4, 5, breathe in. Bend the knee and come out. So that is one of the best stretches you can do, guys, to relieve tension through the lats, restore range of motion through the torso, through the scapula, your shoulder blades in particular, through the thoracic spine to an extent, and just allow really freedom of motion through the shoulder blades so that you're ready for tomorrow's workout or the day after's workout, so that you're not overly sore the next day. Very important to do this one, guys. I recommend doing 3 sets of that exercise each side, so really just what you saw me do there. Breathe in and pull the shoulder blade down and back for about 5 seconds in that neutral position, so torso neutral, everything square, and then breathe out, and then you're just gonna rotate and fall into that stretch, pushing the hips back, okay? Hope you like this one, guys. Try it out. Let us know what you think in the comments below. If you like this stretch and you're gonna do it often, smash that like button, share it with a friend, help us grow. See you again next time here at the Weightlifting Lab.
Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions or you want to see a particular video made, please enter it in the comments section. I answer all comments. Thanks for supporting the Weightlifting Lab.